This is the old Polish console with a radio and also a record player that I've bought and I have been restoring in the previous videos. And I thought it was now time to take a look at the radio itself. But as usual, I messed up, so this video is going to be only about the front panel. Both the volume control and tone controls are very scratchy, so they need cleaning. So naturally, the first thing I do is to try to clean these potentiometers with contact cleaner. That was a bad idea. Or rather, it was a bad idea to do it without taking the front panel off first. Yeah, I got some cleaning fluid on the paint that's on the backside of the front panel. So let's take the front panel off and look at the damage. Front panel has two of these rubber rings around the big knobs, and you have to squeeze them in through the hole in the front panel. Yeah, that's not looking too great, is it? We'll have to fix that. The blue discoloration that we have here, though, is nothing we can do anything about. I originally thought that that was maybe some child that had painted on top of the front panel. That just sounds like something I would do when I was 5. But no, this discoloration comes from the black paint that it's painted on top of these arrows and these other bits here. So that's not printed on, it's painted afterwards to make it darker. I assume that's made from the factory, and that means that's actually a fabrication error. That black color has seeped through the beige color and made it blue. So the only option here is to switch out the whole front panel, and supposedly all the other radios would have the same problem. So we'd have to get a new one, and there are people that are reprinting old radio front panels. So they could help us, but I don't want to do that. I think it's okay that it's a little bit rough. It shows the age and the history. I don't want this to look perfectly new. So I get some paint instead. These are two colors that are close but not exact, and I think I can mix them to get a good match. And it's the type of color that you used on plastic models, so it should stick on the plastic. That's why I bought it. Let's try that. Now this color has changed over time. It was probably plain gray from the beginning, and now it's slightly beige in most places, but not all places. So there's no such thing as a perfect match, but this is good enough, and I checked it in sunlight as well. So first I removed the old paint. We don't want any small paint flakes messing things up. And I cleaned it properly with alcohol. Covered up the bits that shouldn't get painted, and then I painted it. And if you're smarter than me, you know what happened next. Yeah, I painted over the old edge a little bit to blend it in, so to speak, and of course then the old paint cracked again. This color also has solvent in it. I had to fix that up. So I removed the little edge that had cracked, and then I carefully filled in with new paint and very, very carefully made sure I did not paint over the old paint at all. So I didn't get any cracking this time. You can still see the edge, of course, between the old and the new paint, but it's better than it was before, and I think it's good enough. I don't think anybody's gonna kneel down in front of this and inspect it very closely anyway, so it's fine. And I mean, with the blue discoloration and everything, it has its scratches anyway, so this will do. The big problem here, though, is that I can't paint black paint over it, because that would crack it. So this window here where it says base, that has to stay transparent. So it's not really visible on the video I took of it, but what I'm doing here is painting the metal bits that are behind that base sign black, so that this will be less visible, and in practice you can't actually see it. So if you don't know about this, it's not visible from normal angles when you're looking at it in the living room. So it's fine, it's good enough. And although this video is only 5 minutes long, showing you around the radio and the repairs I would do there would take a very long time. So that's why I decided to make the front panel its own video. But let me tease you. I'll just have to show you this. Look at this switch mechanism. Amazing. See you next time.